The problem is that when people achieve financial independence and retire, they go from having a daily routine to suddenly doing nothing every day. Now they have an extra 5 days a week and have no idea what to do with all that time. While working, they had goals to accomplish and have human interactions every day. After retirement, all that may drop close to zero. And that may be why some people become bored and go back into the workforce. There's nothing wrong with that either. So in this video, here are a few questions that guide you to know what you want to do during retirement. By the way, it is not just for retirement, you should also set goals while you are working a full-time job as well. A YouTuber called Ali Abdaal created this Wheel of Life, and I think it's a good place to start to think about your goals. For each category, you are supposed to score yourself out of 10 and then give yourself a target score in a year and think about what actions will help you get there. What's not really well defined is the Seoul area. To me, that's going to Seoul for a holiday. Just kidding. Actually, that makes sense. I think this means doing things for the fun of it, or things that simply brings you joy. So I guess that's where traveling, watching TV, playing computer games, and your hobbies come in. To be honest, I also haven't made a bucket list yet, so I'm gonna do that after making this video. As for the mental health area, I needed to search Google for this one. Some ideas are like avoiding social media and focus on the present, putting a phone far from your bed while you sleep. Also, a goal of mine is to wake up naturally without an alarm. Another goal is to sell my desk in my room when I finally retire, purely just for fun and a statement to remind me that I don't have to work again. You can also try getting away from the city and live in the countryside for a while, especially for myself who has been living in the city all my life, and I think it will be a nice change. That's all I can think of in just a few minutes. I'll probably have to think deeper and make my own list as well. It's not like I've got everything all planned out as a 26-year-old. For body, this includes exercise and nutrition. When my mom retired, she joined a cycling group and rode the whole of Taiwan. So set yourself a fitness goal or even sign up for a competition. There are many competitions like High Rocks, Standard Chartered Marathon or Spartan. For myself, I want to cycle from Seoul to Busan. It's 633 km and it usually takes 4 to 6 days. That's a minimum of 100 km each day. So I definitely have to train for it. For mission, I think this is arguably the most important piece of the pie, since after you leave your job, your objective and goals are now set by yourself. You may eventually get bored playing every day, so you need to find new goals to accomplish. For some retirees, this could be a part-time job, volunteering or counseling. You definitely have some talent and skill that you can impart to and inspire others with. Just like many people, I also don't want to just exist on this earth, be a fly on the wall and leave without making an impact. So this mission area is what I'm thinking about too. I have somewhat of an idea, but I would like to define it further. And I guess whatever it is, that would be the cornerstone of my retirement. After you reach financial independence, your money category is probably 10 out of 10. But you can pick up a side hustle just for fun, so you can have multiple streams of income and be less dependent on your investments, so you're more resilient to market swings and recessions. Having a fulfilling side hustle also ties back to the mission category. So I think picking up a side hustle, even though you're already financially independent, is still a good idea. But now you can determine how much and how little you want to do it. Also, you can ask yourself, how is your relationship with money? Are you aiming for $1 million just cause everyone else aspires to be a millionaire? Or do you see it as just a tool that enables you to live the way you want? Obviously for me, it will give me my freedom. I'm also not interested in getting 1 million. I believe I can live my ideal life with less. While of course when my net worth eventually grows to 1 million, I'll still be happy. I just mean having 1 million will not be something that I'll actively pursue. Now among the resources you have, which are health, time, energy and money, is money at the top or at the bottom of the priority list? In terms of a practical example, that means are you overworking to earn more money when you actually don't need to? Another example is, are you trying to time the stock market? Or are you regularly DCAing into an index fund? I know cause I've done that too, so I'm not trying to say that I have the best relationship with money either. For growth, Google says you can grow intellectually by learning new things and grow emotionally by becoming more confident. And I guess for me, growth is getting out of my comfort zone and trying new things. For example, living in another country other than Singapore and learning an entirely different culture. I guess that's why universities encourage students to go for overseas exchange programs. So ask yourself, how can I get out of my comfort zone? How can I challenge/improve myself? For friends, to be honest, I still don't exactly know how to meet new friends other than the ones I've made in school. So it's something I'm thinking about as well, especially if I want to live in another country. Yes, it's potentially going to be very rewarding, but also very boring if I don't know how to make friends there. I've heard having a good social circle is also one of the ways to live a long, healthy life, so I shouldn't forget that too. For family, we can all say we should spend more time with them, But this is very easy to say, but very hard to execute since everyone is so busy with many other things to worry about. For romance, I don't even have a partner yet, but if I do, I ask myself how can I be a better boyfriend or husband, or simply how can I improve my relationship with my partner. I would like to introduce a concept that I've come up with myself. A yearly defining event is the idea of doing something significant that changes your life each year. When we're working, such events are like when we move jobs, get a promotion, or finish our project. But when we're older, we may not be doing such significant events anymore, especially when we are too comfortable in a routine. Have you ever experienced when you look back at the past few years, it's as if time magically disappeared and you ask yourself what they actually do? Those few years flew by so quickly and have become like lost years. So that's the whole idea of this yearly defining event. I guess this is especially important for retirees so that you can prevent living each year exactly the same as last year and just going through the motions every day. When we're young, such defining moments happen very often, like going to a new school, picking up a new sport, having a first relationship, or graduating university. Since I'm in my 20s, I'm looking forward to the year that I'll achieve financial freedom, maybe get married, get my own house, and maybe even move to another country. The year that your children are born will also naturally be a pretty defining event. So I still have lots of defining events ahead of me. When we're older, these events come by less often as you may have done most of them already. So you gotta come up with new ones so that your life keeps progressing each year. Just look back at Ali Abdaal's view of life and think of which area you want to see a big change in your life in. How you define a yearly defining event is also entirely up to you. Ideally, it's something significant that you can look back next time and remember the year by. It should be something that changes your everyday life as well. For example, going for a short holiday isn't really life-changing, but living in another country definitely is. For me, one of my 2024 defining events is like starting a YouTube channel. That means I now have to make videos on a regular basis. And soon, the year that I retire will be a defining event for me as well. So no matter if you're retired or still working, fill in the blank. 2024 is the year what is one thing you want to change in your life this year? Now that I put all the prompts on one page, if you find this resonates with you, you can take a screenshot. This is also non-exhaustive, so you should define what those categories mean to you, so you may have a more fulfilling and meaningful retirement. Just a reminder that I still have none of these figured out, as I'm just an average 26-year-old, but I feel it's a good framework to see which part of our lives we can work on and improve. Also, if you're interested to see how I actually spend my retirement next time, consider subscribing.